like 3 weeks ago, I was flown to Washington, D.C. to talk to
and
representatives.
Did we pay for that, or did you pay?
The student fee paid for that.
Okay, money well spent, I guess.
And I went to D.C. and I talked to the representatives, I talked to the congressman, and told them, like, this is what students are facing, and this is what we need to do to fix it. And if it doesn't get fixed, there's going to be lots of dropouts. And did you know with the healthcare bill that the student aid reform was passed with this healthcare bill?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And if the healthcare bill would have failed, then almost 28%, I believe it was, or some weird number of loans would have been lost.
Like our student loans,
Yes.
I get all my tuition off student loans. So if it wouldn't have passed, my loans are possibly kicked out.
The loans that you currently have, you would have kept, but starting next year, a lot of those loans wouldn't have been eligible.
So like, but would my loan be like, so I couldn't get my loan for next fall term possibly? Okay, I don't know if for like incoming students who are applying for loans for the first time or how that worked exactly.
And then there's a program called the LEADS program that President Obama completely took out of their funding because they were banking on the student aid reform to pass. And if it would have failed, the LEADS program consists of the Success at Southern program is funded partially by the LEADS program. And our Success at Southern program probably would have failed, which benefits all of the first generation college students and lower class students on campus.
Okay, now back to your original argument point here, or point you're trying to get across, the whole, what you're trying to do. So next year, if you do get this job, you're going to go around every event, every time there's an event happening, like for the luau next year. Like I knew about the luau because I have friends who are doing it, but I don't see anything posted for it.
Yeah.
You're going to go around next year and you're going to tell everybody in the dorms to spread the word. You're going to go up to Cascade and tell everybody in those dorms to spread the word. You're going to go up to Susie and do all that, along with your homework, along with your other jobs as president. Are you going to get other people below you to do that?
I can't promise that I'm going to make it to every single event on campus.
Okay.
But
you're going to do a better job than what
But I want to do a better job of making it known to students, making it more visible and transparent to students that the things are going on, even if it means putting more publicity up in the buildings, or putting up TVs in the dorms and in the SU.
TVs?
Like
digital advertisements, so they're running all the
okay.
time, so students can actually see what's going on
I
campus,
gotcha.
like they do in the SU now.
Yeah.
Like they did in my high school.
Like doing whatever we have to do to make sure students know that things are happening.
How much is that going to cost?
That hasn't been factored yet. And
Like we don't have our student fees.
We don't
Well,
have
I know
to.
it's part of our student fees, but I imagine all our money's already being used, so I don't know if we have enough money for that. Because I'm trying to figure out, so what you're saying seems like a very practical, very good idea.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering why it hasn't been done yet, because there has to be a reason for it. And I can understand the whole revamping of our student government that we have going on now, but I mean, even before that, usually if you have certain things that you do, they carry over into new administrations. So I'm going to assume, I wasn't here 2 years ago, but 2 years ago, did this happen? And if it did happen, why did it die out? Or why wasn't it existing 2 years ago before we did the reboot? Because there has to be something going on that doesn't push through, and I'm not expecting you to tell me the answer to this, because you weren't here 2 years ago, so you don't know.
No, I wasn't here 2 years ago.
I'm just curious that it may be not as simple. I'm kind of a pessimist. I don't know if it's as simple as you're telling me it's going to be, and that's the trouble I'm having at right now.
Well, I think it's because our student government is more focused on all of the policy and that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's important, but I think they're too focused on it.
Yeah.
They're not taking in consideration that, like, we do represent the student body, and we do, and we're supposed to go out and ask students what they want and what they need, and we're supposed to hear their concerns and their complaints about things that are going on, so we can actually work on them. And we haven't been doing that. I can't say why we haven't been doing it, because this is my first year in the student government here on campus. But I personally, with the athletics program, I'm the current athletics senator on campus, and with the athletics program, when I became the athletics senator, I wanted to make it my duty to do what I had to do to make the athletic program here on campus better. And
so you got 50% of our money to go towards the athletic program.
Well,
or was that already in state before you got here?
That was in state before I got here, and it's not quite 50%. It's close.
That was a little overestimation there.
But it's like we want to make sure there's a balance between if the athletes are getting money from the student fee through scholarships and that kind of thing, or if they're receiving money from the school, there should be a way for them to give back. So next year, what I have put in place, that every student athlete on campus is going to be required to do 10 community service hours, or they cannot compete.